Lily Phillips is someone that needs to be studied. And if there's anybody who needs to be studied, it's definitely her. It's definitely got to be Lily Phillips. I say this to say because she's on this mission and has been on this mission to sleep with hundreds and even thousands of men. And I don't know what gets a person to a point in life. I don't know what kind of individual trauma one has to endure to think that this is the best course of action. But even when she is pressed against it, even when she's questioned on why would a person want to do this to themselves, and let alone that, cast it for the entire world to see, her response is so crazy. It's like she wants to do this, but is taking no accountability for doing it and doesn't understand the damage that this can cause her. Check this out.
Find out you had AIDS.
There's no more I can
What
do.
would you do if you found
can
out you had
take like
AIDS?
blockers and things like that.
No, but what would you do if you found out you had AIDS tomorrow? Because one of them condoms bust, yeah? Because you're thinking, oh yeah, risk and reward. But what would you do, yeah?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah?
Yeah.
If tomorrow, because you get tested every 2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
Tomorrow they phone you and they said, oh, Lily, we need you to come in. Yeah? You've got woo. How would you feel about?
Bro, this is a very valid question to ask somebody. And like I said, check out what she says. It's insane because let alone 100 or 1,000 men that could cause you possibly getting some sort of a disease. We don't have to talk about the mental damage that it's doing, but the disease that you can get from, let alone that might even just 2, 3, 4. You're going for hundreds and thousands. She's trying to hit, I don't know, Guinness Book of World Records, man. See what she has to say.
You can go and take medication.
Oh, so you'd be cool with that, having AIDS?
No, but it's the consequences of my own actions.
So you'd be cool with it?
I understand.
So would you be fine with having AIDS, HIV? Would you be cool
I
with
understand what goes on when having sex.
So you'd be cool with it?
That is life. But bad things happen all day.
Wow.
You know,
Bro, she's avoiding the direct question. Would you be cool with it? Yes or no? Yes, bad things happen every day, but I wouldn't be cool with getting cancer. I wouldn't be cool with becoming ill. Yes, bad things happen every day, but I wouldn't be cool with getting into an accident. Yes, those are the consequences of her actions, man, but she's saying it like she's knowledgeable of it, but she doesn't really understand what those consequences actually are.
I might get cancer and die tomorrow. Why would I not want to do something that I
You're
enjoy?
willing to catch AIDS.
I never did. Those
Yes,
words come out
it
my
did.
mouth?
Because you're saying you don't care, basically.
I'm saying I would deal with it. You know, that's
That's
life.
what I'm saying. You don't mind.
But bad things happen all day. I'm sure.
Bro, okay, you get sick in the wintertime. That's life. You get into an accidental fender bender on the road while driving during rush hour traffic. That's life. Getting an STD from voluntarily welcoming 100 and then 1,000 men inside of you, that's not life. There's plenty of things that we can fit into the bubble of that's just life. But this thing that Lily Phillips is doing is not just life.
Not if you take the correct precautions. You're not testing these people. You're not. You said they are mandatory.
Yeah, it's
they're
not
not mandatory. You said they're not mandatory.
Yeah, I did.
So you're not taking the correct. You're not.
But then I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do.
You're not. You would be able to do what you want to do. You're just not caring.
I wouldn't be able to find 100 guys to show up.
You had 500.
No.
Put the application in.
Yeah. And loads didn't show up. So, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do what I wanted to do.
But what difference would it make? Why did you need that 100? What difference? Whatever would have turned up, you would have got the same amount of interaction.
Pardon?
However many would have showed up, you would have got the same amount of interaction, video. I know what I'm talking about.
No, 100.
It doesn't matter. They're still going to watch. whether it's
No,
whether
but
it's
would
30,
you not go more
I see.
viral and be more successful?
No.
If it said,
God, it's like she's talking about how she sells herself out. Essentially, she talks about what she's trying to get from the viewer, ignoring it. This is sad in and of itself, but what makes this worse is that this lady's mother is involved. Not involved in the sense that she's like doing it with her, but this lady's mother is like working the administrative aspect of her daughter's life. And she was able to get on a conversation with Candace Owens, Lily Phillips, that is, and Candace Owens was even kind of helping her out and trying to tell her, like, bro, what's wrong with you, essentially? Like, why are you doing this? And why do you think that this is something that is attractive to do, so much so that she's putting it all over the internet? And furthermore, why isn't your mom teaching you to do something else? Why is her mother an active participant in the doom, in the downfall, in the destruction, in the objectification of her own child? Check this out.
but what then would you suggest my mother does? Like,
Try to talk you out of it. Like a mom. Mom is supposed to guide their children when they're doing decisions like that and say, listen, I understand you may think this is that, or you may think it's this way, but you're a beautiful young girl. You have your entire future ahead of you. You have two parents that love you. You know, you could marry a man and raise children and have a happily ever after. Or you could be the girl who everyone knows, who can't have a child that goes to school without people making fun of them. I mean, imagine having a son and they say, like, you know, your mom's on the internet. I watched her get by 100 men, you know, or a daughter, you know, something which is just like, it's so precious, that relationship between a mother and their daughter. You know, like your mother should want to guide you in that way and say, like, this is the path that you could have. Like, your future could be amazing, and you're giving it up for, this is not, by the way, fame, it's infamy. You know, you're establishing yourself as someone who's going to be infamous. It's going to pass so quickly, the money's going to be in your bank account, and then there's going to be the next girl trying to one up it, and no one's going to care anymore. You're going to fade into irrelevancy, but you're never going to have a normal relationship. And that's what your mother should be telling you if she actually loves you.
And her mom is doing the opposite, probably because Moms is cashing in on some money. Moms is getting to live a good life. That's probably exactly why Moms is involved in the way that she's involved. I mean, the apple doesn't rot far from the tree. And it's like, this is the perfect example of what it looks like when that her example, her parents, people that should be loving her, bro. Her mom should be loving her and helping her in the way that she's helping her is not showing love. And I know some people may say there's a cultural difference, but nah, you can miss me with that one, because at the end of the day, it's just wrong. And yes, she can turn her life around, bro. And there will be a man out there that'll be with her. You guys know Nala Ray. We've talked about Nala Ray before on this channel, as she's did her transition, went from the lifestyle that she used to live, and now she is living a lifestyle where she is professing the name of Jesus Christ on her platforms. Got a clothing brand open with her husband, Christian clothing brand. And I mean, it's pretty cool. She even was someone that maybe she wasn't casting herself out in the way Lily Phillips was, probably wasn't letting 1,000 men in on application, but she definitely had a lifestyle that I would say that people, they might have, you know, not necessarily agreed with. But she got herself a husband, and people came for me in that video. Well, not really came for me, but people were coming for Nala Ray in those videos because they don't really think that it's real, and they don't think that anybody like that could find a man. And it's like, you can, man. I mean, yeah, your options might be a little bit more slim, but in the case of Nala Ray, she had a man where God, according to that man, guided him to her, and that's how it was supposed to be, you know. But in the case of Lily Phillips, who knows, you know. But it's like going down the path and continuing to do something bad just because you're already doing it is not a good reason to keep doing something, man. And shout out to Nala Ray and the life that she changed. She, a person like her, to come out and speak on it, what Lily Phillips is doing. It shows you that even people that used to be there, man, they can really speak on this topic to really give you some insights on what really makes a person like Lily Phillips do what she's doing, man. Check this out.
I found it very interesting very, very interesting for a couple of reasons, and we're going to go through them. So this was an interview done by Candace Owens, the Nelk Boys, and Lily Phillips. I just got done like watching it, and I had some of my own kind of viewpoints on this, previously being in the industry of OnlyFans. So I think Candace brought up some really good points about her parents and like what their involvement is with this whole situation.
It's weird.
I find it really disturbing that her mom is not acting like a mom, and she's that more so acting like her friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not being a parent. She's like letting her child parent her almost, which is like, shame on you. Like, literally shame on you as a parent. It's horrible.
It's because Lily's making all the money.
So the only person I had a relationship with while I was on OnlyFans was my dad, and my dad was stealing money from me. Like, all he ever called me to ask me was for more money. Like, that was it. But completely told me what I was doing was fine. And he's literally an ex-pastor. So it doesn't really line up. However, I find it so disturbing that her parents they didn't disown her. I'm really thankful for that, because yes, that could have caused detrimental effects. However, what could be more detrimental than sleeping with 1,000 guys in one day? Like, the effects on that, like, will last years and years and years. And yes, God can provide so much healing and completely heal you, Lily. For sure he can. However, you making these choices, like her making these choices to do these things to break a record, is that record that important? Like, that your body, soul, and mind ends up feeling worth nothing, like used completely. Like I can't wrap my brain around it. I really can't. And I've reached out to Lily just recently. A lot of people have been asking me like, oh, Nala, save Lily, save Lily. I cannot save her. I'm so sorry. I don't have the answer for you. However, we can pray. You guys, you don't understand how powerful prayer is until you try it. So you never know what God could do. You never know who he could put in front of her for this situation to never actually go through. I think she's really tripping herself out in her mind, thinking like this is really what she wants to do and become famous for it. But then everyone will just know you for the girl who slept with, if she goes through with it, like what, 1,400 men? 1,400 men.
That's good. That's completely nasty. That's just nasty. Here's my thought. What if someone applied? What if someone put in an application to then have this moment with her to be one of the 1,000 men? But let's say there was a guy who got accepted from the application and he went in just to preach the gospel to her. Like just to tell her about God. Not really go off, not really tell her about herself or anything. But what if someone did that? Like, what if someone put in an app just to go deliver the word? Like, would they get kicked out? Like, would she receive it well? Like, would she be like, nah, I'm feeling terrible, so the rest of y'all need to get out? Like, I wonder, man. I wonder.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible to watch this like play out, and it's like terrifying a little bit. So, but I've actually had quite a few girls from OnlyFans just recently reach out to me and literally tell me to shut my mouth up and stop being a whistleblower. And I'm like, what are you afraid of? Losing out on your bag? I understand that selfishness. I was there once. Like, I totally get it, but I will continue to whistleblow. You know why? Because this doesn't scare me. This doesn't. If I can bring
having a posse of people telling you to stop, and Lily Phillips having like a crew of people who are willing to back this behavior up so much so that they tell people like Nala Ray to shut their mouths is crazy. That shows just how like far off, just how like damaged, bro, the minds of so many people are. To think that what Lily Phillips is doing, or trying to do for that matter, to think that that's something that should be egged on, to think that that's something that's commended. Oh, goodness.
Into a very, very dark situation that could end up helping people instead of these girls, which I was once, stop being so selfish and not thinking about others. Like, I took part in helping other people's relationships fail because I was the other girl talking to you on the other side of the screen. I was that girl. I was the girl you came to for pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So I understand this. I really do. But I will never shut my mouth on something like this. This is a very dark thing that God needs to start shedding light on. And he's going to start using people like me. He's going to start using others. And some amazing things have just come up, and I will tell you guys about it when it happens. Or you'll see it when it happens. However, back to the situation, you guys, you just need to pray. Candace brought up a very good point about the men who are signing applications to sleep with her.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, because it's like, it's one thing for her to do this. Yes, that's terrible. And like I said, there should be a man who puts in an application to go and preach the gospel to her, to maybe do something that her father and mother obviously aren't doing. But also for the men who are really signing up and taking this as an opportunity, bro, like as like a moment in life that you've come to, that you've always wanted to do. It's disgusting. It's very disgusting. It's degrading even. And yes, we all have free will to make decisions and choices. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take a couple steps back. Realize sometimes that the decisions and choices that we make, they can affect others. So those men lining up, positioning themselves to get in position, they're also making a decision that is detrimental to a young lady in that room. And that's not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. She's making the decision one time to let 1,000 people come in, but there's 1,000 men individually, each of them making the decision that they want to make a contribution to the destruction of a young lady.